Well, of course, as soon as I start moving stuff around, it act like it don't want to do right. All right, let me find the right screen, find the right camera. There we go. I moved the microphone, and then it's like, I don't want that one. Don't be touching on me in the middle of the broadcast. Good evening. I almost said good morning. I'm so used to being here in the morning that I said good morning. I was getting ready to say good morning, but good evening. Good Sunday evening. Sunday evening. It's evening. Hello, everybody. How we doing? 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 It is Sunday evening. Time for our what's going on in the market this week. I needed one more screen here. It didn't pop up. I need to see the finance of the Googles so we can see. Oh, still didn't want to pop up. So we can see what does the VIX look like. Need to see what the VIX is looking like. Hey, everybody. I'm going to give all the platforms a chance to tell the people that we're here. Come on, show us where we are. Yes. Oh, Ward, you made it. I thought you weren't going to make it today. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We need to see Google Finance. Maybe it's doing its own thing. It's deciding that it wants to play along. Need to see what the VIX is. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Frank. How y'all doing in these streets on this good Sunday evening? It's raining down here in Florida. Don't know if it's raining where you are. That would be so weird to say it's raining in Florida, so it must be raining everywhere. It's not even raining like all over Florida. It's just raining here in Jacksonville. It's been raining all day, all diggity day. It's been raining, and so it's a little, how good, Ward. Try to hang out with us as often as possible. But it's been raining all day, like good rain. But I like it because that means the ground gets good and watered. I lived in a place for a couple of years. I lived in Bahrain in the Middle East for 2 years. And I think in the 2 years I was there, it rained twice. And it rained such a short period of time. If you blinked, if you blunked or blinked, I think it's blinked. If you blinked too long, you missed it. And I didn't realize how much I missed the rain until there was none. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to need to go back where it's raining so I can get some more rain and all the greenery and stuff. You don't realize you miss stuff till you don't have it. Then you're like, I need to go on back where it's raining regularly. So now when it rains in Florida, I don't even, as they say, I don't even much complain. I'm just so glad that it's raining. Lord, thank you for the rain. Thank you for the green trees and the green grass. Lord, thank you that you see fit to send water from heaven down on me. I'm fine with that. I ain't even much complaining. All right, all right. Ward said it's cloudy enough here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Julie. How y'all doing? I think I said, hey, Tanya. I don't think I skipped you, but hi. Say it. I will say it again just in case I missed you. I've had a very full day. I wasted a whole trip. I went over to my campus, which is about a 45-minute ride. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. I went over to my campus. I had my students in one of my classes took a test on Friday. So I went to go and get the test today because I was going to grade them so I could have them ready by Tuesday so I could hand them back on Tuesday versus getting them on Tuesday and to rush through the grading on Tuesday to give them back Tuesday afternoon. I get there and they were not in my mailbox. My teaching assistant had not put them in my mailbox yet. So 45-minute ride wasted. So what I did, usually I grade my own tests, but since they weren't in my mailbox, I just politely found out his phone number and sent him a message and said, I asked nicely, do you mind grading them? Basically, I got there, they weren't in my mailbox. So now, do you mind grading them before Tuesday? And he very nicely replied back and said, sure, professor, will you send me the answer key? So that I can do. So I have to do that. When I get off with y'all, I gotta do the answer key and send it to him. It's only like 10 students. So it's not like a lot of grading, but I do try to grade my own. I'll definitely take a look at it. But now that, We got to work together. We work together. All righty. I was giving time for all the platforms to let the people know that we're here. Hopefully everybody has been notified that Educator to Trader is here. I'll try to stay here on Sunday about 45 minutes to let us know what is coming in the week ahead. And then after this, I go on with my members. We spend some time on a charting call, talking about strategies, talking about our stocks, doing all the things that we're going to talk about for next week. So that way we can be ready for next week, right? We want to be ready, Freddie. I'm live, telling the people on my other platforms that I'm live. I'm live. I'm not alive. I'm live, like I'm on live. Anyway, after I took my, trip over there, after all that, I had some other stuff to do. Then I went to church today because I didn't go last night. I'm not sure if y'all saw me on my platform, my social platforms. I went to see Take Six last night. I went to see Take Six at the Jacksonville Symphony. And I also saw the Bethune-Cookman a cappella chorale. They were really good. Not that I was shocked that they were really good. I was not. I know that we can do some singing. One thing that the African Americans can do is sing, okay? They were really good, really, really good. And then Take Six was really good as well. The symphony was good. I haven't been to the symphony since I lived in China. And that was good. So I did that last night. And then I went to church today. And then I came home so I could see y'all. And here we are. Poop. That's been my day. Hope you had a good day. Hope you got some stuff accomplished while you were out and about today. I hope my folks were studying today because we needed some studying to do. We getting ourselves ready to rake it in. We got some stuff to get done this week. Some profits to pull in this week. Yes, we do. And we need to know how to work our strategies for sure. All right. The VIX is currently at 2165. On Friday morning when we were on our call, I think our VIX was like at 18, and steadily through the day it climbed. I want to tell you that while you're trading during the day or any day while you're trading, you kind of want to have a few things that you're looking at while you're trading. One of those things you want to have that you can check regularly is the VIX. That's the volatility index. It lets you know that as the VIX is climbing, basically the market is most likely falling. Fear is going up. It's the volatility index, the fear index, all the things. When the VIX is going up, the market is usually going down. And that's what the market did on Friday. Oh my goodness, the market went down on Friday. We did a jump up. This was the weekly chart. Let me get to a daily chart because that was last week. But this was Friday. This last candle here was Friday in the market. And my. It did not look good. It probably looked good to somebody who was trading puts, which some people were. And to be honest, I traded call credit spreads all the way down on Friday. So just so you know, I made money off of it Friday too. I think I might have made $700 and something on Friday, about that much. My put credit spread that I had overnight got breached, but I mitigated that with a bunch of call credit spreads the next day, wore it at about 750 points. Yep. Hey Selena, how you doing? But yep, this was Lisa, Christian. Christian was with Take Six. That's who we saw singing Take Six. It was so good to see him. It was so good to see Christian up there singing and just to hear him singing and all that. Anyway, it was a reminiscent moment. Lisa and I used to go to the same church. But this was Friday. I'm going to go ahead and put a little line up here. Since we own this chart, we can go ahead and put us a nice little resistance area at 57.75. And there should have been a little bit of support here in the 56.14, but it don't seem like that slowed it down a bit. If I look into a smaller time frame, I probably could find that there was a little slowdown in there. And then 55.21 is some more support. There's also some right around where we turned around, see how this wick, I'm not sure if y'all can see that wick there. It's kind of small. This wick went right down to 55.71. That's actually where it hit and then pulled back up and closed at 55.80 on Friday. That's where it closed. I wanted it there because I had 55.85 as my my last call credit spread 55, 85, 90, and I did not want it to turn around and go back up and breach that one because I had gotten a few dollars and I was not trying to lose my last few dollars when I pulled I pulled the wheel one last time, for those who are gamblers. I'm not, by the way. But for those who pull is this a roulette? No, that's not roulette. What is it when you pull the wheel? What's this thing right here? Anyway, it don't matter. I'm not a gambler, so I don't know the name of it. But I hit the button one more time, and I needed that 55, 85, 55, 90 call credit spread, which paid like $110, and I had 2 contracts. I did not need that to be breached in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Minutos, it did go up in there, though. And I was walking on the treadmill and saying a good prayer. Lord, have mercy. Do not let this expire above 55, 85. That will ruin my entire day, and that's not what we're after. Don't nobody, when I saw a text said, don't nobody pray harder than somebody who's hoping and praying that their trade don't go bad. That's a one time. Some people don't pray until they got a trade on. That's when they pray. Lord, if you see fit, that's when people decide they ready to say a prayer when they got a trade going. Anyway, this was Lord, not my spread. Right. That slot machine. There we go. Thank you. That one arm bandit. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Missy. That's definitely that one arm bandit. Slots, also known as the one arm bandit. Lord, please don't let my trade go bad. You saw me when I pulled my little one arm. Lord, please don't let my trade. Please don't let my trading be in vain. Don't let it be in vain. You know what I'm trying to do with this. Don't let it be in vain. We just call on the Lord, have him all in the stuff he ain't even trying to be in. All of a sudden we want to invoke his presence. The Lord's like, you wasn't calling on me when you were setting these trades. How you calling on me now that you in them? Y'all already know. Listen, and anybody who trades for any length of time know exactly what I'm talking about. You can testify. Y'all can testify. I'm not talking about myself. Ward say, who you telling? I already know. I've said many a prayer in the midst of a trade, especially in them last 5 minutes. SPX, no 10-minute window of time lasts longer than the 10 minutes of them last 10 minutes of the trading day. From 350 to 360, from 350 to 4 o'clock, that's when the most intercessory prayer happens. Because you're like, Lord, if it be your will, please have this expire below 55.85. That was me on Friday. I was walking on the treadmill. You know how you walk on the treadmill, then you step on the sides just to look at the chart. Chart ain't going to change none, but you're like, I just can't be moving my feet right now. I just need to be sitting still, just standing still. Now, I really should be moving my feet because at least I will be still getting some benefit from this treadmill. But I just need to look at this screen like it's going to change. Lord, please, do I need to push the button to get out of my trade? Or Julie says SPX will help you find your faith. Yes, it will. Melissa says truth. Yep, not in vain. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's why y'all laughing, because y'all know exactly. Anybody who trade SPX and almost anything else, especially if you trade it the last part of the day, job, which is why that PDT hack. I'm in love with the PDT hack. Yes, I am, because I can lock my trade in, and at 355, I'm just like, do what you will. SPX. Go where you want to go. Say what you want to say. My trade is locked. That's why that PDT hack. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go on over can be found at educatortotrader.com. The PDT hack is a way to lock in your profits, so you don't even have to worry about that trade at 355 and 4 o'clock. Because once you lock in those profits, it don't matter what happened after that. Go ahead and grab you a copy, figure out how to do it, so that way you don't even have to worry about where the price goes after the PDT hack is locked. Selena says, I know how it goes down. And then them last couple minutes, I know, y'all know that my community, y'all all know, we be there together at some time, praying, trying to talk about other stuff, taking the chart off the screen. We already know. And then when it come out successful, Lord, you're a good God. Yes, He is. I said God is a good God. Yes, He is. Yes, we sing all the songs. I sought the Lord and He heard and He answered. We sing all the songs. Ooh, okay. Y'all tell I went to church. I went to church. I was in church an hour and some change ago. So it's still fresh. It's still fresh. Okay. Let me get back to the task at hand because y'all know I will act silly, but I need to keep going because we got things to do today. Got things to do today. Okay. That's what SPX did last week. This was a VIX. VIX is at 2165. Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot happening this week. Okay. Just so we know. All jokes aside, for real. Listen. Breathe. But for all seriousness, prayer is in order. There's so much happening right now in the world, in the market, in the places, right? We want to be able to pull our premiums, pull our profits out of the market because there's money there. I've seen it too many times. People have said that these inflationary times, recessionary times is where millionaires and people are making money. If you liked a stock at $20, then you should love it at 10. All right. If you liked a stock at $100, you should love it at 50. If you liked it at 200, you should love it at $100. This is when stuff go on sale, right? If you loved Bitcoin at 100K, you should love it at 80K. All right. If you wanted something when it was $100, you should really want it at $80. Like, well, it's on sale. If we go and we decide we want some Nike Dunks or we want what's a good purse? Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton will never go on sale. But let's say there's what's my purse I like? Who can't think of the name of my purse? I get all of the things all the time. Anyway, people who buy Coach purses or Brahmin. I'm a Brahmin purse buyer. When they put them Brahmins on sale at Dillard's for 60 and 50% off, if it's regular price $300 and they mark it down to $150, you just be like, I got me a deal. How come when we get to the stock market, we decide that's not the same thing? How come? Somebody tell me in the comments. How come we say Amazon is great at $200 or $150, or I won't say Tesla because Tesla right now is, and that's not a good example. Could be, but I'm gonna stay away from that. Amazon, Nvidia, Google, any of those guys, right? We say we think they're wonderful at $200 when they climbing up. I'm climbing up, but then when they start going down, we're like, we don't want them. That's the time. Now I get that you don't want to buy, you don't want to put more money on something you think is going to be a bad investment. But if you bought it at $20 and then it drops down to 10, you should buy double the amount. Selena said, treat this market like Temu. Better get those deals. Yep. And Shein or Sheen. You can buy a whole bunch of stuff at Shein. It don't be what you get. You anyway, I won't go there. But if you felt like Amazon was a really strong company and you were buying shares at $150, then when they go down to $100, buy more. Same with SoFi. Now, SoFi is my darling. Y'all know I love SoFi. SoFi at $20, we was all over it. SoFi going to the moon. And it still is. I have a lot of strong faith in SoFi. I think SoFi is going to be one of the market moves. It's gonna be somebody. SoFi gonna be somebody. When it fall down to the 9 and 10, when it was $5, and y'all like SoFi, $5. People who bought it at 5, now SoFi at what, 10, 12? That's double your money. If you bought it at 15, 16, 17, and now it's at 10, 11, and 12, buy some more. Buy some more. It's like we get to the stock market and all the rules, the things we use in the regular marketplace, we throw out all those rules when we get to stock shares. If you liked it at those prices and when it get on sale, go buy some more. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Trump's Liberation Day and the labor report. What to know this week? We got tariff announcements. A crucial labor market report will greet a slumping stock market in the week ahead. This is the week that these tariffs are supposed to go into effect. And it's just got a lot of potential for volatility in it, right? We just so many different moving pieces and moving parts. And you can't know. First, my biggest thing with all of this is what we can't know is, are you being told the truth? Are we being told the facts? Are we being told all the information? And because you don't know that you are or aren't, you really just have to trade what you see. I personally am not one who is great at long-term swings or long-term leaps. I'm not great at those. There's so many different things. I have watched TJ the Trader. Y'all know TJ is my mentor. TJ is wonderful at doing swings. He will look at all the different pieces, tell you all stuff to look at. You look at 5, 6, 7 things to do swing trading, and it was too many things. I'm like, TJ, I'm listening, but that's too many things for me to consider. Look, give me a 0 DTE, a 1 DTE. I'm opening it today and closing it tomorrow. I'm opening it today and closing it today. That's why selling works for me. I'm not an option buyer, but now stocks, I can get with those. I'll take my option money and go buy some shares with it. Long-term swings is just not me. I'm not saying it's not for other people. It's just, I'm not good at it. I know that. So I'm not saying what somebody else shouldn't do. I just know I'm not good at it, right? Because of all these different things that you don't know and you don't see and don't have any control over. But there's so many things. So many things going on. Are we being lied to? Are we being told the truth? Is our economy really in trouble? Is there really a recession and nobody told us? What's this really going to turn into? So you got to trade what you see and trade it, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, trade it as short a term as you can stand. Short a term as you can stand, and then buy the asset. The asset is the shares. These are just, again, this is my opinion. I don't give any investment advice because I'm not an investment advisor. But what I do know is the asset is those shares. Whenever all the chips fall and when all the dust settles, what you're going to need to be the owner of is some shares, because option paper is just paper. Shares is the asset. That means when you own a part of a company, means you own some stock shares. When you own options contracts, you don't own nothing. You own electronic paper. Okay, that's all you own. All righty. So there's a lot of stuff happening here. That's why you read and read. I want everybody to be informed, but just know there's so much that we're told and so much that we're not told. All right. So take it all as you get it. What they say, buy the rumor, sell the news, however you want to go. NVIDIA turned CoreWeave into a major player in AI years before helping to save its IPO. I think CoreWeave is going to IPO soon or something like that. I think I saw some news about that. Trump was supposed to unlock IPO's CoreWeave debut reflects skepticism. NVIDIA-backed CoreWeave closes flat after the biggest okay, so they already IPO'd. After the biggest U.S. tech IPO since 2021. They IPO'd in the midst of all the other news, and people are like, CoreWeave, who are they? CoreWeave, who? Trump tells NBC News that he's very angry and pissed off at Putin. Oh, really? Because he's not doing what you wanted him to do? In Trump era, companies are rebranding DEI efforts, but not giving up. Y'all better, because y'all saw what happened. Y'all decided y'all going to have DEI, and you're like, oh, wait, that didn't go our way. We thought everybody was going to be on board when we rolled back DEI. Y'all were like, oh, snap. Then people quit buying from us. As soon as we decided we was rolling back DEI, and it hit us hard real quick. Wait, Target, wait. Okay. Okay, let's look at our calendar. So many things to just keep in mind. Try to stay as up to date as possible, but please don't go down rabbit holes, because you can go down and you can read so much and do nothing. You can just be watching and reading and get yourself all spun up and do absolutely nothing. Monday at 9:45, we're going to have Chicago PMI. Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock, we got FOMC member Barkin is going to speak. 9:45, final manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI at 10. JOLTS job openings is this Tuesday morning at 10. This is the red folders. ISM manufacturing prices, construction spending, Ward's vehicle. So basically 2 red folders on Tuesday morning. Wednesday, 8:15, we've got the non-farm employment change. Crude oil inventories really should be at least an orange folder, probably should be red. Thursday, unemployment claims, final services PMI, and ISM services PMI is Thursday. So that's red folders on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on Friday, we also have unemployment rate, and Powell is going to speak Friday at 11:25. What needs to start being added to this Forex Factory, if you listening to the streams, somebody needs to start putting the president speaking the president's speaking calendar into this bad boy. Because as soon as he opens up his mouth, that ought to be an automatic red folder. Automatic, systematic, it ought to be right here too. Because as soon as he starts talking, the market responds. And okay, that makes sense to me. It was the same way when Biden would speak, so it should, but the president's speaking times or whatever should also be tied into this because it matters. All right. What kind of earnings do we have this week? We have Earnings Whispers. Thank y'all so much, Earnings Whispers, for this nice graphic that you give us every week. We appreciate it. Okay. March 31st, what we're talking about, not really a whole lot of things that I really recognize, but if you do, you can, Jamie usually did this for us, told us who was who. And I'm just going to do my best. All right. Monday, we've got Nanox, Workhorse, FTC Solar, Loar Group, LOAR, Lanza Tech, Synergy, Westport, I think that's Fuel Systems, IMCC, BioLine RX, and Brainstorm. That's all Monday before the market opens. Monday after close, we've got PVH. Looks like this is Gorilla, GRRR, Open Lending or LPro. Red Cat is Monday after close. Microvast, MVST, Recor, REKR, Cyto Sorbents, Tech Target, Progress, and Duos Tech. That's all Monday. Tuesday morning, Evaxion, EVAX. Tuesday after close, we've got Encino and Sportsman Warehouse. Wednesday morning, we've got BlackBerry, Universe, Cognite, and AngioDynamics. Wednesday after close, we've got RH, and that is not Robinhood, by the way. That's a different RH. Bassett, which is the furniture people, I believe. Penguin Solutions, ClearSign, RGP, and Franklin Covey. Didn't know Franklin Covey was still around, really. Thursday, we've got Conagra, Lamb Weston, MSC, Acuity Brands, Renovo, Lindsay. Thursday after market close, we've got Guess, Lifecore Biomedical, Simulations Plus, and then Friday we have nobody as far as earnings. I feel like we're going to be starting over again here soon. That's why it's tapering off to the small bodies. Not a whole lot here as far as big market movers, but hey, this is where we are. What is a red folder? A red folder is something that's probably going to create a whole lot of volatility. What business is BlackBerry doing? They were pretty great with not crypto, like encrypting and protecting the data and stuff. They were for a while. Red folders, though, let me finish that up. Red folders usually provide a lot of volatilities. It's things that the market really wants to see per se. It's just things that really affect the market moves. And so that's why red folders are things that we're looking out for from a volatility standpoint. It can make the market change direction, that kind of thing. Okay. Red folders, orange folder, medium volatility, yellow folder, basically something we know, but it doesn't necessarily affect the market heavily. Look at here. Y'all see last week, 8 of the 9 trades were profitable. Yes. You're welcome, Miss Melva. Clap it up, clap it up. 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 8 out of 9 trades last week were profitable. 89% win rate. Yes. Gold, Procter & Gamble, Exxon on the put credit spread. Even with all that downwards moves we had last week, those 3 trades still held up. Yes. Call credit spread, Cisco, Microsoft, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble closed right between those two. Triple Q and SPY. Those were on the call credit spread list, and those were bearish. We get this list, we pull these from the PeakBot watch list. It's not the PeakBot watch list is massive. Peakbot.com/E2T. PeakBot is an automated trading platform. It's a bot. It trades for sellers, automated trading for sellers. I am an influencer for them. We work along together. Well, I'm an influencer. They got a whole company. I'm not even going to try to say I work with them. I'm an influencer. But they checking for the sellers, which suits me. They trade some of my things automated. I love it hands free. If you're trying to have some of your trades being done without you having to do anything but pick the stock, them the dudes. Okay, use my link that's in the comments for you to go ahead and get attached and get connected, get attached. Go ahead and get connected. Anyway, I use their watch list. The watch list on Peakbot tells you the trend, tells you the likelihood over the potential of profit. They provide strikes. Those aren't the strikes that I use on this list. I take their watch list and then I look at the chart. I look at all the things that I do, and then I put strikes together for mainly for my folks, and then I make that all available to the rest of the world, whoever cares, which I have come to find out that more people care than I thought. You know how when you're doing something you think, ain't nobody studying me, but then when you quit doing it, people start looking for you like, I didn't see my list this week. And I was like, I did not know you were watching. I just didn't know you cared. Anyway, they do. So I put this list out for my folks, and I put it out for the rest of the world. If you follow me on any social media, you should be able to see this list in all those places. But last week, 89% win rate. Whoop, whoop. We traded, what did we trade? Some people in my group traded gold, traded Exxon. As a group, we traded Microsoft. We traded SPX, so that kind of covered Triple Q and SPY. We also traded Cost, which is not on this list, but it did come out profitable. And we traded IWM, which we trade IWM every week. It wasn't on our list, but we trade that because that is the stock that I have Peakbot, one of the stocks that I have Peakbot automating for me every week. So my group also trades it on a weekly basis. All right. But listen here. Did we make some money last week? Yes, we did. Did we make some money last week? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Now, this was me last week. My 0 DTE results with our SPX every single day. Every single day. Last week, I did a call. A clarion call. I invited the people to come and go through a strategy that we were using. I was combining a couple strategies together so that we could make some good profits. Many of you responded to the clarion call. Others of you were sitting on the sidelines and watching. Folks gonna get enough of just sitting by watching. Let's just see how this turn out. I think it's a scam. They don't know what they're doing. Is it really for real, or she just saying stuff? Okay. This was last week. My 0 DTE results are here. Yep. We're running two strategies. Really, we're running 0 DTE and 1 DTE. We did have a couple 1 DTE issues last week. I'm going to say I, not necessarily we. I, and some people in our community did. But our 0 DTE, holding steady, staying in the road. You know, we're knocking on wood, make sure all continues to go well. But this is what happened last week. And it wasn't just me, right? I wanted to put some, so you can see. It wasn't just me. Other people in the group were also making money last week. That's why sometimes people like, well, the leader making all the money, people who following, they ain't doing nothing. Not happening over here. Because I'm working to make sure the people who with me also making money too. All right. You can ask anybody in my group if when they reach out to say they got a question or what about this, what about that? Am I accessible? Can they reach me? Can they ask questions? The answer is yes, because I am committed to really making sure that not just me, but that we all can rise up. You see $13.65 a week, $12.10 in 4 days, $90. This was just one person one day, right? We got some money off the weeklies, some money off the PDT hack. Listen, $273 for the week. All levels, all amount of money. It all comes into what you want to do, what you want to put on the wood, what you want to pull out. Everybody trading at their own level. It ain't just me. It's the whole community. All right. This is our list for this week. I'm going off of that because if you want to come, you'll come. And everybody trying to convince nobody to go who don't want to go. Because sometimes folks just don't want to go. You know, like, I don't want to go. You going to so-and-so? I don't want to go. And sometimes that's me. I don't want to go all the time. Sometimes I go someplace and then I get there and I'm like, ooh, I'm so glad I went. On the front side, I'm like, you know how we do. Who all going to be there? You just decide you don't want to go because you don't know who all gonna be there. And then you go anyway and you get there, you realize you had a really good time. And you like, I really should have just went. Some people didn't go, and then they like, who all gonna be there? And they miss out. People come back and talk about how good it was. That would just happen. So some people went last week and they're a week ahead of you because you were sitting idly by watching. This is our list for this week. Yeah, cybersecurity. I could see where BlackBerry would be doing cybersecurity stuff, because even when BlackBerry was in their heyday, they were really good. They were the most secure, like as far as the phones. I think they were like the president's phone and all that good stuff. They kind of, I want to say they fell off, but BlackBerry had like the best end-to-end encryption and security on their phone systems. I'm surprised they didn't get used more for secure phones and such. But yeah, good stuff. I had a BlackBerry when I worked for GE. We all had BlackBerries. That's what they gave us when I worked for GE as an engineer. We had BlackBerries. All righty. This is our list for the week, right? I'm not going through these. We're just going to look at, I will talk about what are my top 3. We're going to go through these with my membership after this. We'll go through them one by one, and we'll check out which ones we really like. But let me see, what are my favorites? Looking at this list, what do you see as your favorites? What do you see as your favorite? We have some that have performed very well over the past several weeks. Gold is one of them that has performed very well over the past several weeks. Looks like Chevron and Exxon are both in the same space. And sometimes it's wise to trade in the same space. If you got something that is, a sector that is doing well, you can hit multiple things in the same sector and get paid off of multiples. Now, that can be a good thing. Work one sector, get paid off multiple stocks. But it can also work against you, because if you're on one side of a sector and that whole sector goes against you, then you put all your eggs in the same basket. So some people say, pick one out of that sector and then, diversify it by doing some other sectors, just in case that one goes against you. You don't have all your eggs in the same basket. That really comes down to a personal preference, if you're asking me. Okay? Really comes down to a personal preference. All right. So I put gold, I put CVX and Exxon. Does anybody trade McDonald's? We don't really trade in my community, but McDonald's is one of those things that's going to make it through the recession. Folks going to keep eating McDonald's because it is a low-cost eating place. It was for a while, It still is. When you comparatively, McDonald's is still a low cost. USO is what? US Oil? And USO is on both sides. I should have put a star next to it. It is on both sides. It's neutral. It showed up on the neutral list. So it's a put credit spread and a call credit spread. So you can get paid on both sides. Cost paid us last week. I closed mine early because it actually breached my call credit spread and triggered my stop loss. But it ended up being profitable for those in my community who stayed in it. And then we got some people who love some. Yes, Lisa gonna be at UPS because that's where she works part-time, and she trades UPS. So that's one of the ones that we keep on our list too. I see Janae says, agree. So glad I went to CQ5 last weekend for my birthday. Oh, is BF boyfriend? Janae got a boyfriend. Y'all didn't tell me Janae got a boyfriend. Did y'all tell us? Maybe BF means best friend. We're going to tell Janae's business right here on the YouTube. What is CQ5? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what CQ5 is. But happy birthday last weekend. I didn't know that was your birthday either. Janae, you've been... Oh, my goodness. Okay, gold, Janae. I know, right, Tanya? Janae holding out. We're going to have to get on our Zoom call and let her do a tell, because she'll be asking us, asking Jamie his business that don't be telling hers. Okay. Gold with Tanya got SPY, UPS, and gold. Yep. Tanya, USO, Iron Condor. Yep. McDonald's has been holding its weight. Janelle got quiet too. You see, she ain't typed nothing else, Tanya. I see that's how we do. Selena says, I trade McDonald's had a swing on it, just closed Friday at 40%. we'll talk to Janae on Zoom because that way we can hear her waffle back and forth or move away from that mic so we can't hear what she's saying. Okay, so in our community, I'm getting ready to land this plane. In our community, we trade credit spreads, we trade SPX, daily SPX, really. Was it daily? 1 DTE, 0 DTE. We trade cash secure puts and we trade covered calls. All of the seller strategies is what we do. And we use our cash secure puts and covered calls to acquire those shares. And then we trade covered calls against them, all right? So when I was talking about club quarantine with D Nice. Oh, okay, I didn't know he still was doing that. But we do look at acquiring shares in our community. I put a list of some stocks in our Telegram today, actually, for the people who are trading cash secure puts and doing covered calls. I put some trade ideas in there for them. We're doing all the stuff inside this here membership, okay? Doing all the things. And if you're not in there, you are missing out. You're missing out, and I don't want anybody to be missing it. We're going to leave Janae alone for now. You just know, Janae, you are going to be in the hot seat in that Zoom in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutos. You're going to be in the hot seat. Okay, the option seller membership, learn, trade, and profit the seller way. Supportive community for trading, profitable strategies for less screen time, daily profits to grow your account. We've got training and support. This is what we do. This is what we do. We have a good time at it. Y'all see what we do. This is what you see now with me is how we are all the time. We have a really good community of people who really are growing together, training together, learning together, profiting together. It's just a really good community that we have cultivated. All right. The Candlestick Mastery calendar is available. We get ready to switch over to our next month come Tuesday. It's almost April. Do y'all know we're finished up? We're finishing up Q1 and getting ready to step right into Q2. Getting ready to step into Q2. Candlestick Mastery 2025. You can grab a copy of it's a calendar, but really it's more of a resource. Candlestick, you got to know how to read them charts. We got strategies, but you need to see on a daily basis, how are these charts moving? How are these candles moving? So that you'll know. People can call trades and you'll get yourself all nervous if you don't know what that chart is saying. And I am one who is an educator, and I want you to know for yourself how to work it, right? If you don't need that membership, you're like, I don't need all that togetherness. Just give me the strategies and you can head over to educatortotrader.com. All the stuff I've talked about is available over there. You can buy it as a bundle. You can buy it individually. And you can grab hold to all the strategies over there. Okay. Okay. I believe we got the E2T freebies. Before I go, I'm going to go one place before I go. And that is back to the chart so I can talk about the indices before I go. Before I go, I'm going to go to the indices and then we're going to wrap it up. All right. So we talked about SPX already. I think I'm bringing it back to the stage. Yep. We talked about the indices already. Y'all see how SPX ended. Let me turn on some EMAs and some other stuff that I can see. There we go. It's hard to see my little lines. They are a little light. Might need to make them a little bit darker so I can see them. Oh, I made them. Then why I'm sure why they don't show up a little thicker. That one is kind of thick. Maybe it was this one. No. Let's see. Maybe it was all of these are thick. It's this red one. You know what it is? Maybe that's that 9. It's the only one that's not showing up. Very thick. There we go. All righty. We got our moving averages showing us where we are. I'm going to go to the weekly chart first. Okay. Our moving averages, this black one down here at the bottom is the 200 period moving average on the weekly chart. This is a weekly chart we're looking at. 100 period moving average, the 50 period moving average is right here in the middle of us. and the 9 and the 20 have now started crossing over, going downwards. That's the weekly chart. Switch over to the daily chart. We're just below. Last week, people got excited because we popped up above that 200. We popped above that 200 for a day. I think last week when we got on this call, we were right at that 200. And I mentioned something about it. It popped above it for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It came right back down to it. Thought that was the 200 was going to hold. This is the 200 right here in the middle, this black. And when it got through that 200, I'm going down. Yep, people got excited, started buying calls after it got above that. We closed above 200. We on our way. It turned right on around and came right on back down. 57.75 was the resistance zone. It was a strong one and turned right on back around. Once it got back below the 200, we got to keep, we're back in bearish territory, okay? So trade what you see as always. The tech is taking a beating, okay? Same thing with triple Q on the daily, below the 200 period moving average. All of our moving averages are pointing downwards, letting us know we are coming maybe back down into bearish territory, which is why SPY and triple Q are showing bearish. I use the 50 period moving average as an indicator as to where direction we're going. And right now, the 50 is the blue one up here. We are below the 50. And we're below the 10, the 20, the 100, the 9, 20, 50, 100, 200. We're below all of those moving averages, which lets us know that we are in bearish territory. All righty, all righty. And again, as I always say, trade what you see, please. Please, please, please trade what you see. Please trade what you see. Not what we want. We can get excited about stuff, but you got to trade what you see, baby, because one thing that ain't deceiving is these charts. This price action, people, you hear it said, price action is king. Price action is king. I trade the strap, which is why you see these numbers. The strat will tell you we're making a reversal. Don't feel like, oh, it show a reverse, but I think it's gonna. And listen, I've been guilty as charged. Was guilty on Friday, holding on to that credit spread, thinking it was gonna bounce again. Once it got below 5,700, I just really should have walked on the way. Actually, when it got through my strikes, I should have closed that trade. But it's all right. We definitely live and we learn. Live and learn. Ward says, I'm guilty of joining the call crowd last week. Yep. People excited about calls, but you can make honestly, you can make almost more money with puts because they say it takes the stocks take the stairs up and the elevator down. When it's going down, it generally goes down fast. Okay. This is IWM and what it's doing now and did last week. It's another one that is below all the moving averages. Now you can go pick up any stock you want to pick up. There's all kind of, I'm saying they're all looking the same. Some things have been holding their own quite nicely, like we were just talking about McDonald's, Mickey D's, or Mickey Dan's, my husband calls it. Mickey D's is above all of its moving averages. Now this 9-period moving average is kind of flattening off, the 9 and the 20. But it's above all of its moving averages. So again, trade what you see. Everything is not red. But when you look, I know in Thinkorswim, you can look at a heat map, and other brokers have those heat maps. Go look at the heat map. If you only like to trade things that are going up, you either can trade, go find the things that are still going up, or you can trade the inverses. I think the inverse of SPY is like SDS. SD is in dog, S. That's an inverse. Or trade like S triple Q. I want to say that's it. Either S triple Q or T triple Q. That's the inverse. So trade the one that goes the opposite way. If you just really want to trade going up, then trade something that is the inverse of one that's going down. Do that. All righty? Do that. Tiny said I had the same thought. I should have closed Friday. I really should have. I should have closed Friday early. As soon as and I was telling myself that in the shower this morning. As soon as both my strikes were breached, I should have exited and been done with that and went on about the day. I did go about the day, but I still left that stock. I left that trade going all day long. I really should have closed it earlier in the day and then continued to do what I was doing anyway. I held on to it for no reason. Really, I didn't have a good reason for sure. Thinking maybe it'll. It didn't. Never did. And that's all right. Tanya, in the future, me and you gonna help each other. That when we pass our stop losses, we're gonna just let it go. That's what we got stop losses for, right? We're gonna just shut it off. Just shut it down, shut it down. Okay, this is McDonald's. Anyway, I'm done. I have said all I was gonna say for today. I believe I have covered everything I was gonna cover on this call. I will be on again in the morning at 8:45-ish. I will be on again in the morning if you'd like to come join us. SPX Playbook is another resource that we have. Many people have purchased and they're getting full use out of this SPX Playbook. It does come along with the Telegram group where you can trade along with other people who are trading SPX Playbook. And I'm in and out of that Telegram group helping to provide guidance. It is available for $27. Playbook.com. You can go over there. This is one of the strategies that we use as well during Power Hour. You can go over there and grab that. Last one, video. I created a few weeks ago. 2025 trade plans for more profits, because we've got to have a plan for this here year. There's a lot going on this year, and you got to have a plan. Go over to my YouTube channel and check out. Oh, speaking of YouTube channels, while you're here, go ahead, like and subscribe. Click the notification bell, put the thumb up, all the things you're supposed to do. Pass the word, tell other people about us, and tell them to come on and hang out with us over here. All right? Go ahead and tell them. All righty. So it's been great hanging out with y'all. Consider joining our membership, following us on all the social platforms. We're here. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you be profitable. I'm an option seller coach. My name is Arlissa. Hey, Drew. I'm an option seller coach, and I'm here to help you start to pull your profits in as an option seller without as much time in front of your screens. Everybody do it different ways, and there's so many ways to make money in this here market. But for me, I'm also a professor, so I don't have all day to sit in front of my screens because I'm still trying to teach the next generation how to do trig identities right now. That's what we're doing right now, is learning some trig, all right, in college. So I can't sit in front of my screens all day. I can't watch the entries and exits. I need something that can kind of run itself until I can come back to my screens. And that's what I teach. That's what I'm trying to teach my folks. All righty. Join us over there, E2T-membership. All right. I will see you all in the morning. Let's stay green and let's get this money. For those of you who are in my membership, I will see you in the Zoom in about 5 to 8 minutes so we can do our charting call. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. Stay green. Get this money.